Hello, everybody. The moment you've all been waiting for. Steffi here from the Makers. You haven't been waiting for me, but you've been waiting for the McHoggies. We've waited such a long time, weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and it's finally happening. We're making characters each week leading up to Christmas, and this is the first of all of the make-alongs that we're doing, and we're starting out with Heather, and she's we're not going to make her complete from head to toe today. We're only making her hands and her legs and her fantastic hairdo today. So this is because there is a reason for it, and mostly it is because the silk clay that we're using for the arms and the for the hands and the feet needs to dry. So there has to be a natural waiting anyway, and you wouldn't want to sit here and watch silk clay dry. So I'm very excited. I'm going to have a quick look who's here today. So just bear with me. I'll try and read from the top down. I've already had a sneak peek. So we have got Jane is here. Hi, Jane, and Faith, Diane. Oh, Jane, you're only just opening your box. You've been very patient. Natasha is there, and Fenny is there, Maria, and Julie. Erica is there, Sandra, Michael is there. Michael is saying, hi, all just put my felty tree up while listening to Christmas music. Oh, that's nice. We've already had a dose of Christmas music at home. So that's really lovely. Dawn is there. Gina is there. And of course, Emma is there from the Makers. And then we've got Carol. Faith, did I say that already? Probably. Gina. If I'm repeating the names, it's because I can't remember what I've already said. Kim is there, Betsy is there, and Diana. That's a different one from the one I mentioned earlier. Welcome, everybody. Remember to give us the thumb ups on the video on this particular stream. And you're watching today live. If you're there live, you're watching today, and it's the 1st of December. And what happens on the 1st of December? You're all going to open your advent calendars. Well, if you've been lucky, you will be opening the Makers advent calendars. So I'm actually going to use what was in there today. So if you haven't opened yours yet, it might be a bit of a spoiler alert there, but I'll try and do it as discreet as possible. And like with all of our make-alongs on a Tuesday on YouTube, and then we replay it on a Thursday on Facebook at 7 p.m. in the evening, we have a competition. Exciting. So the competition prize today is, no, not that. That is the polar bear pack, which makes one whole polar bear, like this one, with the skis. He's skiing. In fact, he has lost his skis, but he's still got his poles. But in the pack, you get both. And you get a lot of white wool in there because polar bears are white. And then you get the ice. And you get the instructions as well. But best of all, this is the first of our make-alongs in the new year. So you can join me for 3 sessions in January. And we take it step by step and we make the polar bear together. So lots of time to post this polar bear pack out to you, and for you to get it in time to start having a bit of a stab on in January. And I need to give you a competition question as well, which would be really good if I thought about this beforehand. So I'm gonna have to dig very, very deep, and I will. Right. So let's have a little. So you all know about Heather. Heather, who is Homer's wife. Homer, who is absolutely dying to come home. They haven't yet been seen in the same picture together because he's obviously not there yet. And all of you also know that Heather has kept a secret from Homer. And tell us what. Okay, so this is going to be complicated. This is going to be fun. Tell us what the secret might not be. Okay, we don't want to know what you think the secret is, because I have a really horrible feeling that some of you will guess this right. Tell us what you don't think the secret is that Heather is keeping from Homer. This will give you a bit of a challenge to think about. Hopefully you get the question right. So what we want to know is, this is to enter our competition, which obviously Emma will choose the winner at random. Tell us what you don't think the surprise is that Heather has kept from Homer, which he will find out on the 25th of December, and which is in the 5th envelope that you will be opening only on Christmas Day. Okay, so that's what the competition is. You're probably gonna all hate me after this, but we want to today just get to the hands and to the feet. Well, it's actually the whole arms and the whole legs for Heather. And if you've opened your envelope, you will have hopefully opened the red one with a label Heather on it. That is the right one, and in it you will have seen all kinds of treasures. And I'm just going to go onto the overhead camera. So you will have in there the piece of hedgehog fabric that will make her fantastic hair, which we're going to do after we've made the hands and the arms and the legs. You will have a little description on the character of Heather, what she's like, and how she's excited to welcome Homer home. She's actually been a very busy lady, and of course she's not just looking after Holly and Huey, her children, and Homer's children. She's also working as a key worker, so she's been extra busy. Now you're also getting in that pack, you're getting a sheet of very nice Christmassy wrapping paper, because in every envelope there will be Christmas presents for the family members in there, and you get a bit of ribbon so you can wrap the presents up as well. And the first present is, just as well Homer isn't here, is actually, it's the kilt for Homer to wear. It's the McHoggie family tartan, apparently. So I've been reliably informed by a Scottish lady called Donna. I don't know if Donna is here today, but maybe she's watching on Thursday. So this is the family of the family tartan of the McHoggies, and you get your kilt pin there as well. I can't wait for Homer to wear this. So this is the first present that you can wrap in that nice Christmas paper. You also get in there the set of eyes that you will need for Heather, but we're not doing that today. We're actually finishing her off on the 4th of December, which is Friday this week. So you can join again to then put the arms and legs and her hair into full use to make the full Heather figure. So you're also getting in the whole box your silk clay, which comes in 2 different tubs. Now you might all have slightly different colors. There are always 2 colors in there, but some are like brown and a lighter brown. Some might even be pink, and you can mix your colors. So that's the purpose for that. And then you get a big bag of wool, which will be enough for all of the 4 family members. And then you get pipe cleaners in there as well to make the little hedgehogs as well. So today I'm going to take out 2 sets of the pipe cleaners because that's what it says on the instructions, and I will just talk about the instructions in a minute as well. So the instructions, as always, have got our usual format. They start out here with the contents, what you need to make the 4 McHoggies, and on the inside you've got useful information for all of your Hoggie family members. So you get your templates. If you want to work ahead, then get your 8 centimeter template at the ready. I have got mine ready already, but if you cut it out of the instructions, you're going to upset Emma a lot. So use maybe some transparent paper and trace around it, and then you've got a template to keep as well, and you don't cut into the instructions. I'm very naughty. I've done that once before, and Emma still hasn't forgiven me. And then you have per family member useful information in terms of how much wool you need for Heather, for example, how much, what template you need to use. You've got the longest fabric here, which comes in the envelope anyway, so you can't go wrong on that. And then what you need for the what pipe cleaners is here, the eyes, which are already in the envelope, so you can't go wrong. And you have got measurements, so you know roughly what you're aiming at the finished size, and another useful measurement which we will use next time. So today we're just concentrating on page 3 and half of page 4 to make this particular character this week. And I need to have a look. Apparently, I need to have a look at the comments, because we're looking at the not the surprise that Heather is keeping. So it's not the surprise. We don't want to know the surprise. We want to know what surprise there isn't. Okay, that let's have a look. I need to read this because okay. Carol says, "Hi Steffi and all, excited to get started on the Hoggies." Yes, you and me both. And I have to tell you about one of the amazing things that happened in my life this morning. I had an amazing thing that happened, and I will tell you about it too. Let's just have a okay. The secret is not that she's asking for a divorce. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's definitely not it. The secret is not that she's having another baby hoglet. No, that's definitely, there's already 2 children, can't have a third one. The secret is not that Heather has not got sausages for Christmas dinner. And someone's gift vouchers. It might be that, exactly that. Hoggy and someone's gift vouchers. I'm having all kinds of images going through my head. Heather isn't having another hoglet. No, never. She had cancelled Christmas. No. Heather is running away when he comes. No, that's not the secret she's keeping. The secret is not that she's moving Hedgehog house. No, no, no. She's definitely not doing. Heather has not decided to go to Hoggiversity to study a master's in textile art. No, she's not done that either. Oh, this is hilarious. Okay, keep them coming. They're really funny. Oh, Heather is not cooking Christmas dinner this year. Homer is. Ah, well, maybe that's a bit closer to the surprise. And Heather has not won the lottery. The Hedgehog lottery. I wonder what you win in the Hedgehog lottery. Oh, this is hilarious. Thank you so much for doing this. You definitely make me laugh. Oh, and I have to share what happened. What amazing thing happened to me this morning. So this is going to be such a letdown for you now. So basically, we've got 3 dogs, 2 cats. There's 6 pairs of human legs trampling in and out of my house every day. I don't think the tortoise makes any contribution to what I'm about to say, but I have been fighting my Hoover for a long time because the Hoover head, is that what it's called? You know, the brush at the end. It was one of those ones that you can buy. They're like a proper pet brush, so it picks up all the bits and pieces that like fur and hair and so on. And it hadn't been working properly, and I hadn't noticed it hadn't. Well, I always thought when I told the children, you must hoover, and then they hoover, and I'm like, you didn't hoover. No, no, mum, I did. And I realized that the brush was broken, so I got a new one, and I hoovered this morning. Oh, it was so nice. It was so nice. I picked up everything that I thought was ingrained in the carpet forever. It was the best thing ever. So if you want to make your day, for Christmas you could ask for a new Hoover brush. I just bought myself one, so I'm very grown up and adult. I've done that all myself, and it was the best thing ever. I was so happy that my carpet looks nice and clean. See, I'm easily pleased. Right, let's get on with the Hoggies. Oh yes, we're doing arms and legs. So let's look at the beginning. So you need, as I said to you, there's a table at the front, which is, where is it now? Here. So for Heather, you need 2 15-centimeter pipe cleaners. That is for the arms and legs. So I'm actually going to put one whole one to one side. And as you know, these pipe cleaners are 30 centimeters long. So if you haven't got wire cutters, you can just bend them back and forth lots of times. And then it sort of breaks eventually in half. This one is a bit more robust. There we go. So I've got, it's roughly the same. One is a bit longer than the other, but we don't need to be quite so precise. If it doesn't bother you, it doesn't bother me. And then you need your little scissors, which it tells you at the front, this is the tools you've got to have at the ready. And we're going to give the pipe cleaners a bit of a haircut. So we're actually cutting at the tip of, at the end of the pipe cleaner, we're giving it, we're cutting the chenille, or it's actually cotton. These are cotton pipe cleaners, just so that we expose more of the wire. We don't want this to be so fluffy. These are actually pretty shite scissors. I can't find my little craft scissors, so I've just had to take some from the house, and God knows what they've been cutting. I did clean them. Right. So you're just making sure, there's actually quite a lot of cotton there, so I must have done it. So you cut about how much, 1 to 2 centimeters of the cotton off there, and then you do this on the other side, and then you also repeat this on the leg pipe cleaners. Might as well do this now while you're at it. So cut along the pipe cleaner, don't cut your fingers, just cut some of that fluff off. This side works better than this side. Might have a go at this one again. I think I'm getting the knack. You might just take a little while. Oh, I know what's happening. The end of my pipe cleaner is slightly twisted, so that's where the scissors get caught on. And now I'm going to do this already for the legs, so I don't have to do this in a minute. So hopefully you're all happily shaving your pipe cleaners. If anybody's got better idea how to do this, let me know. Because it is cotton, so there's not. I couldn't think of a better way of doing this, but you might have a special tool to defluff your pipe cleaner. Defluffing pipe cleaner tool might be a new patent here. So there we go. Getting rid of some of this cover, and then you're going to open your pots of silk clay. Now, if you've got a pink one, you can give them pink hands. I happen to have, I didn't choose what color I've got, but I've got a lighter brown and a darker brown. So what I'm going to show you is I'll show you how to mix the two colors. So take it out of the tub and put the lid back on. And then take this one out of the tub as well and put the lid back on, because you need to keep these airtight, these containers. You can make them a little bit damp again if you want to. So I've got two quantities here, and I'm just going to mix them. If you are happy with a single color you've got, you don't need to mix them, but bearing in mind that you probably will use most of these most of the content for all of your 4 characters. So if you do have one that's pink, you might have to mix it into a brown if you don't want pink pink hands or feet on the characters. And even if it's a bit mottled, it doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to split this in half, because that's probably about, it says pea size. This is a little bit bigger than pea size. So it depends if you want really big hands or tiny hands. This is more like a large piece. So I'm going to take a bit off, make, this is quite a big pea, isn't it? Like a, what are they called again? The big peas. Forgotten what they're called. Anyway, I'm rolling it into a round shape. I'm sure that I will think of the name of the pea, and I'm putting the rest straight away back into the pot, so it stays nice and out of the air. It doesn't dry out. It's not like it dries out instantly, but it's just so I don't forget. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're bending the pipe cleaner into a hook. So you've got a little hook, and the reason why you're doing that is so that you can attach now the silk clay and it doesn't pull out, because it molds around the hook. So you need to mold it around the hook, and then you need to just let the silk clay come up the arm. Thank you, Emma. Marrow fat pea, that's the one I was looking for. I knew it was something fat. There, so you're making this come up the arm a little bit, and that will is another way of stopping the hands from slipping off. So you've got like a double security here. And now you need to shape the hand, and you flatten it a little bit, and then you use your scissors and you cut into it. Oop, got fluff in there. So you cut into it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now that has made 4 fingers. If you cut into it 3 times, it makes 4 fingers. If you want a 5th finger, you can shape them a little bit with your fingers so they're not so square. If you're a modeling artist, you'll absolutely love this, because you'll make the most perfect little hedgehog hands. If you want a 5th finger, then you just like a thumb, then you just have to make another cut here. And then you've got a 5th finger. So you make 3 cuts side by side, and I'll show you again in a minute. And that is basically your little hedgehog hand done. So on one side at least. So we're going to repeat this on the other side. Hook the pipe cleaner in. There. Leave it a little bit open so that the silk clay can sort of shape into this. stick it at the end, shape it around that hook, and then make it come up the arm by just squishing it up the arm. It's very pliable. It's very easy to shape with it, and it's not sticky. It's not a horrible sort of consistency or anything like that. It smells a bit plasticky. So if you don't like the smell, maybe you need a peg on your nose. And then again, make sure that you have got both hands pointing up. That would be good. Flatten it a little bit there, and then you cut into it 3 times. So it's 1, 2, 3. Shape the fingers a bit if you want, make them less square. And then if you want a 5th finger, cut into it on the side there, so you've got a thumb sticking out on the side. So you've got your set of hands here now. If they're not, if you imagine you have them sort of facing, so you can probably manipulate them that they are, that the thumbs are up in the right way and the hand is the right way round. So you might have to just mold your pipe cleaner around a bit, but you can even do this later still, because you can put a twist into the pipe cleaner. And that's basically your little set of hands done. And all you need to do now is put them somewhere safe to dry. You can speed up the drying process by putting them on a source of heat like a radiator. Usually it says that it takes about 24 hours to dry in the air, but you can dry it faster. The finished article, actually don't put them away to dry yet, because I've just remembered we're going to add the wool. The finished article, it is solid, but it never goes, you feel that you can still sort of slightly bend it. This is the dried set, by the way. Right, so what you need to do next is, you're not going to put this away yet, because we do want to add the wool into it. And in your wool mix that you get, take the white mix, the lightest. It's not really white, it's like the beige mix, which is the fox sheep. You use this for heather, unless you want to make her a different color. That's entirely up to you. And all you're going to do is take a wisp off, and now you have to gently wrap. You can unbend the arms again. You have to gently start wrapping the strand of wool around the arms, so that it sort of stays on the still slightly wet silk clay. And then you're going to go up the arms, all the way up. I'm just gonna have to check how far. Yes, that's it. You're going all the way up the arm and around. So okay, start with a new bit. If this happens, what has happened just to me, just get rid of the wispy end, wrap it tight, and then get a larger piece, get a grip of that, so that you can add more bulk to the arms. We don't want the arms to be quite very big. Because you can always add more later, and then you sometimes it works better if you twist the pipe cleaners around the wool, as you've seen me do this before, no doubt. Get a little bit more and do the other side. There. So if you've got any wool that's bothering you because it's sticking out, especially around the area where you've got the silk clay, and in any case you can do that anyway, because there's a third security that we can put in place so the hands don't drop off, and that is to take your felting needle. Use your medium felting needle, maybe one that you got today. Unpacking something, maybe. Say no more, don't want to spoil it for anybody. But in any case, if you've got a needle today, or if you haven't, just use a medium felting needle and stab the fibers. Yes, you're stabbing them into the silk clay, because that is a further security. So make sure you go past the wire and just stab into the silk clay very gently. Make sure you don't disfigure your hands while you're doing this, and don't worry too much if your arms appear a little bit skinny, because you can add more wool to it later. But we just want to stab some of these fibers into the silk clay, because so we've put the hook at the end, we've put the silk clay right up the pipe cleaner wrist, and now we're even stubbing a bit of wool into it, which when the silk clay dries, the wool will obviously dry within as well. So there's one set of arms, and now you can put it to one side and let it dry. And don't worry if the hands are not facing the right way. We can adjust that later. Anyway, you can also stab any bits down that you want to. Right, and then I'm going to put this to one side, leave it to dry, and then I'm going to start working on the legs. But before I do that, I'll let you catch up, and I'm going to catch up on some of the exciting, not secret secrets that Heather has got in store, because I'm finding them very funny. Okay, hang on a second. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You're really liking this one, haven't you? Don't you? I do like this. Heather isn't having another hoglet. No, Heather is not having another hoglet. She had cancelled Christmas. No, she has not cancelled Christmas. Heather is running away when he comes home. No, she's not doing that. The secret is not that she's moving. Oh no, I've done all of these. Well, sounds like there's loads, but maybe I'm just reading the same one. Okay, let's find the new ones. No, we talked about the lottery. That's right. The secret isn't McPants and McSocks. Maria, you must be more specific with me because I've got no idea what you're talking about. Okay, so Heather is. Oh no, we've got that. Heather is not cooking Christmas dinner this year. Homer is. Oh, you know, I've done that as well, unless it's somebody's had the same idea. Serena said, I felt the same when I got my new Hoover. I swear hoovering made me go into labor with my force as I hoovered the whole house, and as soon as I sat down, my waters broke. Okay, there's no risk of that happening to me, I can assure you of that. But yes, it can be very ecstatic hoovering. Makes you go into labor, so be aware. Maybe I should tell Sophie that. How inconvenient having the fire alarm go off at work whilst trying to watch. Luckily, just a drill. Oh, well, that's really annoying, a drill though, isn't it? But it's better than the real thing. Faith says Heather isn't having an illicit affair with a milkman. Definitely not. Heather is definitely not having an affair with a milkman. Right, okay, let's go over onto, and if you're wondering what on earth, if you've joined us late, maybe I should just make clear what we're talking about. You can win yourself a polar bear pack. Where did I put it? There. Oh, to make this polar bear, it's covered and it's all in a pack. And to come and join me in January over 3 sessions to make a along, and to win your pack, you're going to have to tell us a non-secret, something that Heather is not keeping as a secret for when Homer comes home. So yes, it's a bit complicated, but it was like a bit of a last minute. I had really thought through what you're going to win today, and then I completely forgot what the question could be. But I think it's a good one, so let's keep guessing. Right, let's get back to the feet this time. So the feet are pretty much the same thing, what you've just done with the hands, but you don't have to be quite so, you don't have to model them quite so nicely. So again, if you want to mix your silk clay, or maybe you just use what you've got, and you're taking a little bit more this time. So have one shape and then split it in two. It's a tiny little bit bigger than the hands. The main thing is that you need to have them measuring 1.5 centimeters wide and 2.5 centimeters long. And the reason for that is that there has to be some sort of stability so that the hedgehogs can actually stand on their own 2 feet. It's not like, I think a wind will blow them over, but they can stand. And for this, you need to have a certain size of the feet. And so you've got your 2 equal parts. Yeah, it's best to have them like a little tiny ball. Hook in your pipe cleaner, same as what you did before. Put the bit on the end, shape it across along the end of the pipe cleaner so that it's just that extra security. And then obviously you're going to have to shape it so that it comes out like a foot with a heel. Now with Heather, what I've done with my first Heather that I've made, I've given her pointy shoes, which you can do. You're going to have to do the test in a minute, whether these legs are fit for standing. And I'm already sort of flattening the soles by just tapping them, because that is the one thing that could potentially let you down, is that the soles are just not flat enough. And so this one looks a bit like an iron shape, you know, the shape of an iron. So the test is they need to be 1.5 centimeters wide. Yeah, that's good. And this one is definitely longer than 2.5 centimeters, but that's okay. And then I'm going to repeat this on the other foot. Bend this down. I'm ignoring that the other one's already on there. Spread the silk clay out and then shaping this one as well. Trying to make the same shape, but for now I'm just sort of trying to remember what I've done. And in a minute I'm going to bend the other one down and then we'll have a little look. Let's see. Oh, not bad. There. 2 feet standing. There. And they're nice and flat because I've been making sure that I've tapped them on the hard surface that I'm working on. Right, I'm going to unbend them again to put the wool around it. Remember, you can't bend and unbend them all loads because the wire will break, so just bear that in mind. And I'm going to do exactly what I've done with the hands now with the legs, wrapping the wool around the ankle here and working my way all the way across to the other side. Have to be sort of a bit delicate that you don't squish your feet, but even if you did, because they're not dry yet, it doesn't really matter. You can double check in a minute that they haven't completely gone out of shape. Yeah. And put them on. I've actually started this week, I think since Sunday, since the 1st of Advent, when we lit the candle, you might have seen me do this on Facebook. I've started to sort of actually get a bit into the Christmas spirit. Just it's the end is in sight. It feels a bit like that. Does anybody else feel that way? So with the legs, you can make them a bit fatter if you want to, but you don't have to. And what that means for me is that I'm thinking about food mainly, food for Christmas. So now you need to a needle felt into that silk clay that you've put along the pipe cleaner. So do this very gently. I don't even need a felting one. I'm just going to leave it on a flat piece. I'm going into the pipe cleaner. I'm actually stuffing some of this into the shoe itself as well. So you can do that too if you want. So anything that will join the two together and will make sure that they don't get out of, they don't get unattached at some point. I'll do the same here. Stab along the pipe cleaner. Any sort of fluffy wool that hasn't fastened right onto the pipe cleaner, you can stab down as well. Making sure that the wire doesn't start poking out at the bottom. So you have to be quite delicate with this. But your medium needle, especially a medium twisted needle, which a lot of you might have now after today, after the 1st of Advent, so the 1st of December. There you go. So you've got your feet. That one, the wire has come through a little bit, so I'm just pulling that down again. And hopefully they will stand quite comfortably. So the test is to stand them up. Yoo-hoo! Standing feet. So there's a set of legs, set of arms, ready for Heather to receive once the silk clay has dried. And I'm going to keep this obviously now drying until Friday, when I will do this again on the second round. A special one this week on the 4th of December. And yes, so that's talking about getting into the Christmas spirit. Christmas spirit also, you will know now that our makers box for December is out, so you can get your little Christmas kitten done, whether it is a Christmas kitten or not. But I imagine her lying somewhere in front of a fire on the maybe on a nice fire, on a nice house, on the fireplace, or maybe she's curled up somewhere else. Maybe you've got a friend who loves cats, and maybe she can't have cats. Maybe this is the replacement cat. It's a lovely Christmas present, or just gift it to yourself. Maybe you want to make your own cat, so you're going to color her in entirely different. But this is the 1st of December, which means this particular makeup box is now available. And so is the Snowdrop Sprite. She's sitting here. I don't know, you haven't seen her, I don't think. You get to make her and one snowdrop flower. Take this out. There you go. She's perched on a flower vase, but she has actually got legs and she can stand by herself because she's using the snowdrop as an aid to stand. Oh, she's holding a little bell, but it's come to the slipped round the back. And if you want to see tips and tricks on how these have been made, then you can search us out on YouTube. There's going to be an unwrapping of the box, so if you want to know what's inside the box, if it's worth your while getting it, then we did this live stream yesterday and it stays on YouTube. And if you want some tips and tricks on how to make the fairy and how to make parts of the cat, which you might be useful for other projects that you're doing. So yesterday I showed you how to fasten these petals on, how to make this sparkly fiber really nice and frizzy, and how to give her that sort of little puff skirt that she's wearing underneath. And then with the cat, we did the tail, the pom-pom tail. So all of that you can still watch if you go onto our YouTube channel, which you should be on now if you're watching this. And you can rewatch that anytime. If you haven't subscribed yet, you must subscribe. Come on, there's so much good stuff coming up, and maybe you need to share this to a friend as well. Our subscribers numbers have gone up, and we are very grateful for those who have subscribed, and we want them to continue going up. So please do subscribe. Give us the thumbs up on this particular video as well if you like it. And let's have a look at what other comments are coming in. Oh, Bridget says, I'm getting into the spirit of Christmas season this year because of my fluffy friends. Oh, that's really nice. Well, that's just worth mentioning, is that we all have probably made new friends since in 2020 in general, because we've had to somehow link up to different communities, and most of them have been virtual communities. Or maybe it is more that you've kept things more local instead of flitting around the world, and you got to know your neighbors at a distance, probably most of the time. But if you want to make more fluffy friends, then I always turn to the wrong side. Then you can join us for our weekend hug, which is at the end of January. We've actually got one space has become available because somebody cancelled, but we are planning to have a second date in February, 6th and 7th of February, and that's in 2021, where we will be together for a whole weekend, but only virtually on Zoom. And we have limited spaces of 8 Zoom spaces. So we don't want to clog up the screen. We want to see everybody and give everybody the attention that they need. And you can make that very sheep, that Valley black nose sheep. And you get a luxury box sent to you with all the materials and extra goodies, and some luxury tools as well, so that you can join us to make this. And then obviously you keep everything that we've sent you, and hopefully you will fall in love with your sheep as much as I fell in love with him when I made him. And I suddenly thought, oh, that's what Shaun the sheep is based on. I hadn't realized until I made one of those. Right, let's get back to the second step of making in preparation of getting heather done. Now, if you've never come across this hedgehog fabric, This is one of our best-selling products. We do have other hedgehog projects. We have got a, I should have brought them actually to show you, but we have got little realistic hedgehogs. They just look like you've literally picked them out of the garden in 3 different sizes, and they use this hedgehog fabric. This is the longest we have got, and then you can have shorter ones, which the other characters have got. So I just show you Huey. Huey has got the shortest fabric here. We do sell this separately. We sell it together with, we sell this as a hedgehog pack, or you can buy just a hedgehog fabric as well. It is not cheap. I'll tell you this now. This is the medium size. The reason why it's not cheap is because this is actually a woolen background, no, not a background, fabric, and then the top is mohair, so it is all a natural fiber, and then there obviously is quite an elaborate process involved to dye the tips of these furry bits, and then they're also gelled, so they feel quite prickly, but nice prickly, not horrible and nasty prickly. And I've just been reminded to call a cutoff for the competition, and that is when I've finished sewing Heather's hairdo, then that's the end of the competition entry, and then we will draw a winner. Well, Emma will, and that's it. So hopefully, with all my talking and waffling, you have now got your template at the ready. You need to use the 8 cm template, which comes on the instruction sheet there. And just to let you know, I think we've got about 3 or 4 McHoggie packs left, and of course you can still get these because it's not too late to catch up on these live streams, and then you can still make it for Christmas. You've got plenty of time. So once you've got your fabric, you need to lay this on the back. Sorry, once you've got your template, you need to lay this onto the back of the fabric, and then you need a pen. Now I haven't got chalk or anything like this. I've just got a normal pen, and then you just draw the arrows. So you don't need to draw around the whole of the fabric. You just need to draw the arrows onto the fabric, which I don't know if chalk would even work because it's such a small area. You need to squeeze your pen in there. So just go over this several times, and then hopefully you've got a copy. I'm just going to re-emphasize this. If you've got a Sharpie pen, it might work better. I'm just re-emphasizing it so you can see it on the camera. That's the best pen I've just grabbed. I'd have to get up and leave you to get the pen, but I've been under strict instruction not to leave you today because I had to do that 3 times yesterday. So I don't want you to have separation anxiety. So you can just about see it. I can see it much better for real, but in the camera you can just about see it. And you're going to cut these little arrows out. Now, when you cut the hedgehog fabric, what I do is I almost slide my scissors in so that I don't get too much of the actual. I don't cut too much of the actual spikes off, because you can cut across them and then you lose some of them. So cut your arrows out. That's it. And this is the same with all the other characters. It's just that you're working with different templates and different size fabric, but the principle is exactly the same. And that's also goes for the hands and the feet. For all of your little hoggies, they all are made in the same way. There's just a variation of what you might choose, different colors and different the different size fabric. Okay, it always looks like we've had a bit of a hedgehog massacre going on, especially when we cut the hedgehog fabric, but I can totally promise you that no hedgehog has been harmed. Quite the opposite, we're making one. So this is now literally a copy, identical copy of this. Keep your template safe because you never know when you might want to make another one. And this particular size I think you only need for, no, you need it for Homer again, so you definitely need to reuse that template. And the 2 children have got a different size. Huey has got 5 centimeters and Holly has got 6 centimeters. Right, so now you need to sew. Now I'm using a red thread because I thought that would be nice and visible in the camera, but you don't need to do this. You can use a brown or black thread to blend in better with your with your fabric. So and also you don't need to use as thick a thread as I'm doing, but again, I'm only doing this so that you can see the colors better against each other. And what you have to do is now you have to sew these arrows up that you've just cut. So you're bending them in and try and get make sure that when you bend it in, sort of just put your finger in there and stroke the spikes away from underneath. And so establish your thread, whether you put a knot on it, however you do this. I'm just going to go in and out a couple of times. So you are not going to use as thick a thread as that, and you're not going to use a red, probably, unless you've got nothing else, and so be it. And all you're doing now is an overstitch. So you're going, every time you come out of that stitch, you're going over from the other side again. So the reason for that is that you don't actually want a seam. You want, it's almost like you're creating a hinge there. So when you turn this over later on, when all of the arrows are sewn up, it shouldn't be a bulge. It should be more like a, I don't know what to call it. It should be more so that the seam is flexible. That's basically it. So I'm just doing one time there. Get rid of my thread, like secure it, and then I cut it. And then I've got to do this 3 more times with the other arrows. And the reason what's happening here is why you're doing this is because you're now turning a flat piece of fabric into a 3D piece of fabric. So I'm working my way around the arrows, just stroke the spikes away so that they're not getting too much trapped in my sewing here. Start by securing my thread. You can put a knot on there. There's no right or wrong, whatever you like doing. And then just sew across it with an overstitch. So come out one side and then go in on the other side, the opposite side. So you're going over the top and back through at the bottom. That's it. Do this for the whole of the 4 wedges. And that's it. I had a quick look on one of the big supermarkets, because I used to do online shopping, and then with all the lockdown happening, there was just no way I ever got a slot. And I couldn't possibly plan like 3 or 4 weeks ahead in my life. So I gave up. But this morning I just checked, just on the off chance, and there was one for tomorrow afternoon. So I thought, oh, that's amazing. So then I thought, oh, let's just, this is me thinking about Christmas. I thought, oh, I just start stocking up a bit. We're not really hoarders, but so I started stocking up, and then as I wanted to check out, they said, oh, you only allowed 95 items so that everybody gets a chance. So okay, dutifully I went back, emptied my shopping out, and then I thought, oh, I'm just going to quickly book another slot, and there's nothing until next year. I must have been very lucky to get one that was literally, somebody must have dropped out, and I was just in the right place at the right time to get this slot. And there's nothing now until 2021. So I thought, oh, well, that's pointless. I'm just going to have to trudge down the supermarket and get the stuff myself. Right, so I'm on my 3rd wedge that I'm sewing up there, and you've got 1 more wedge to get your comment in about what is not going to be a surprise when Homer comes home that Heather has kept. So you can start the sentence by saying, Heather has not, what have you been saying? Heather is not got a surprise that is da-di-da. So what else have we got here? Oh, I'm just going to read a few of these comments while you're sewing and I'm almost finished, just to give you a bit of a longer chance. What have we got? Heather hasn't spent all the Christmas food money at the makers buying amazing kits and extra special wool mixes. So I'm not sure, she might have actually. No, Heather hasn't. That's not the surprise she's keeping for him. Julie says, Heather is not going on a skiing holiday in January with a polar bear, and he's not coming for Christmas dinner. No, well, that's not the surprise either. I hope not. Jane says Heather's secret is not that she's knitting Homer a sporran for his guild. No, that's maybe not it either. But it doesn't stop you from making one for him. And Heather has not taken up pole dancing. A pole dancing hog. I love it. I'm getting into the spirit of Christmas season this year because of, oh yeah, sorry, I've read that already. Oh, I must not read comments twice. Okay, I've finished reading now. We're gonna close. I finished sewing now. We're gonna close the competition. I'm gonna go on the big screen. Well, actually, before I do that, I'm just gonna show you what happens. So you've sewn this up. It looks a bit like a serious Viking helmet. You're gonna turn it inside out, and ta-da! You have got a Heather hairdo. Perfect. So so what's happening here is, I'm just going to turn it the other way around again. So where you've got the long arrow now, that is what sits on the back of Heather. But I'll show you that again on Friday, because that's going to make her long hair here at the back. That's it. It's the long wedge. And the other bit hangs down in her face. And I think that's pretty much for everybody else except for Holly. She's got it the other way around, and she's got that long bit slightly skew ruffy across her face. So because she has like where's Holly gone? Holly has got a long fringe hanging into her face, so she's got her hairdo the other way around, and she's got a shorter bit here in the neck. But that just means that for everybody else it's the same way as for Heather except for Holly. But if you're turning it the other way around, it's not the end of the world. Just having this on their head will look amazing. So and that's the end of the competition, and hopefully we will have a winner in a minute for our live stream today, which is Tuesday the 1st of December. And I'm just keeping an eye out for when the winner is being announced, so that I can announce it as well. So today's winner is, and today is Tuesday the 1st of December, is Julie S. And if you're watching this on Thursday, it will be somebody else. So Julie S., well done. Oh, I just need to read another one where they say one of the non-secrets is that Homer's mother is coming to stay. To stay? What, forever? Oh my goodness. You could make a Homer mum. If you know now how, you know the ingredients, you can buy more supplies, and you can make a whole population of McHoggies and other families if you wish. Right, so this is the exciting bit that will go onto Heather's head on Friday when we make the rest of Heather, and then we're gonna attach the legs and the arms as well. And that's basically it. Heather is in pieces at the moment, but she will be one on Friday if you care to join. And is there anything else that I need to tell you? I've got so many exciting news, but I can't talk about it yet, but I will soon. And the other thing is that you can make a heart with me, have a bit of heart on this week Thursday with the virtual village hall. This is a charity that is obviously well, not obviously if you don't know, it's through the Royal Voluntary Services. They have set up on Facebook a group that's called the Virtual Village Hall, and they have lots and lots of free tutorials and workshops and hints and tips. It's not just crafting, there's all kinds of things. You can learn line dancing and Morris dancing and all kinds of things, but I will be on there on Thursday for half an hour showing you how to make this heart. You can get our heart pack. It makes 3 of these hearts, and it comes with the ribbons and the string to hang them up, and they actually make a really nice Christmas decoration. But if you want to think ahead, Valentine's Day, maybe just a gift to give to somebody. Everybody loves the red heart, so they're quite versatile, and you can make them on Thursday or thereafter. And the heart pack obviously will come with instructions, as well as all of our packs do. So even if you can't watch this half hour on Thursday, You can rewatch it. You can find it again on their Facebook group because it stays there, but you can also just make it from the instructions. Right, that's me. Ooh, on time today. It's only just before 2 o'clock, but I think I'll leave it here. Otherwise, I'm just going to fill the space with waffling. But I will just say that if you have got these, if you have the newsletter, where's that gone now? Where did I put that? Oh, it's here. If you have the newsletter for the McHoggies, I'm just going to go onto large screen. There is a printing error on there, and if you haven't spotted yet, Wednesday the 15th of December does not exist this year. It is a Tuesday because our regular make-alongs are on Tuesday at 1 p.m. and the odd one is Friday the 4th. This is a McHoggie special on Friday the 4th to finish off, well, to make heather. That sounds a bit nicer. And on we're back on Tuesday, the 8th of December, to make the Hoggies clothes. And if you don't know this, but the templates are on this instruction sheet, because the whole McHoggie pack comes just with naked Hoggies. And hopefully you've got either felt pieces, which work perfect with this. Absolutely love that wool viscose felt that we sell. We also have felt packs, so you can make them rainbow colored clothes or maybe more muted colored clothes. And then on, where am I? Oh yes, here. And then we do on Wednesday the 15th, we're making the tree. I've seen the tree somewhere. I've put it somewhere at the ready to show you, but I can't see it now. I'm not allowed to leave this chair. Not that anybody would notice. Oh, it's here. Okay, I'm just grabbing the tree. I'm not leaving the chair. There. That's the tree. And I will show you how to make this tree with the make along on the 15th of December, and there are some needle felted presents which I don't have here. Even if I get up, they're just not here. So I think that's all from me today. So join us on Thursday this week to rewatch what you've just seen, or maybe you're watching it for the first time. If you do, then by now you know who's won our polar bear pack on Thursday as well. And until then, I hope that you've got a lovely time leading up to Christmas. And yeah, I'm really excited. It's a different Christmas, but it's still a Christmas, so make the best of it and dig deep to find the positives in everything. See you soon. Bye bye.